My name is Cynthia. Today I'm going to give you my tips concerning parrots, which are a real important thing for me. I love them dearly. I'm going to talk about food. And the food I'm going to talk about fruits and veggies for them. And I'm going to have other videos concerning their actual food. They're like their pellets or seeds. But right now I'm going to be talking about food that you can give them other than that. First of all, I'm going to talk about foods that are dangerous for them, that they can kill them. And the number one killer is avocados. Avocados, if you can, avoid having them even in your house, because if there's any chance you could give them a food that has avocados in them, it can kill them. And there is nothing that you can do to save them. And if you have an expensive pet, you've lost the money besides something you love dearly. And it's all because you were stupid enough to give them an avocado. And I had a person call me once that had just purchased an African gray and gave her avocados thinking it was good and killed it. And nothing you can do about it. So be careful and don't have them around. Another food that's dangerous is chocolate. Do not give your parrot chocolate. You're not supposed to give them to dogs either. And I know people that give chocolate to their parrots, but you're really taking a chance, and you could kill your parrot. And it's just for the joy of giving them something you think they're going to enjoy, which they might, but it'll kill them. Another thing that's dangerous for them, mushrooms, garlic, rhubarb, the pits in fruits are dangerous. Do not give them anything like cherry. Don't give them cherries with pits in them. Do not give them grapes with pits in them. Coffee and tea, don't let them drink coffee and tea. I do know friends of mine that let them drink coffee and tea when they're having coffee and tea and they have them with them. But not a whole lot of them. Don't give them a whole lot. And it's dangerous to even have it around them. Another thing, alcohol. I know I have friends that let them drink their beer, which you're asking for trouble, and you could kill your parrot if the parrot ingested too much of that. Salt is bad for them. You could give them potato chips and crackers that has salt on them, but don't give them a whole bag. Once in a while, salt's okay, but if you give them things with salt on them, salt's bad for them, just like it's bad for human beings, and we shouldn't really have a whole lot of salt either, but keep them away. And I've read a story about somebody that had their macaw with them and was eating a bag of chips, and the parrot was eating with them. He'd have a chip, he'd give him one to the parrot. Before he knew it, he gave him way too many, and the parrot eventually died from too much salt. And don't do that. You don't want to have that on you, that you killed your parrot that you love dearly. Stay away from sugar, anything with sugar, candy. Don't have that around the parrot. Now, those are just some that I know of. Now, I'm sure there are other things. Get on the internet and check it out. There are dangers, and I'll talk to that in another video about having pans that have coating on them. If you have the air fresheners that you plug into the wall, don't have them. There are a lot of things like that, and we'll talk about dangers for parrots in another video. Let's get into food that is good for them and they enjoy. Fruits, berries, cherries, blackberries, blueberries. You get oranges with the peels. They like the peels. There's kiwis, melons. They love melons. Peaches, pears, they love. Pineapples, plums, mangoes, they love mangoes. Papayas, sunflower seeds are wonderful for them. So is chia seeds, very good with vitamins and minerals in that. There's also broccoli is very good for them, just like broccoli is good for us. Cauliflower, a little bit of cauliflower is good, but don't give them a whole lot of cauliflower. Eggs, they love eggs. Egg shells especially are really good for them. If you got my African Gray loved eggs a lot. She still does. So it's chicken's good for them. Chicken bones especially are great. I usually give, if I have some chicken and I have a bone around, I give them a little bit with a little chicken on. They'll eat them. They'll eat that. Another thing, pasta. They love pasta, spaghetti, macaroni and cheese, that kind of pasta. But don't have any mushrooms. Mushrooms are bad for them. You can have sauce, regular sauce, which they love. They love spaghetti and macaroni. Don't have any cheese on it. Dairy, by the way, is bad for them. I should have that on the list. They should not have any dairy because that's bad for them. But pasta is wonderful. A lot of things that you eat, pizza is good for them too. If you don't have mushrooms on them, they love pizza. I mean, they adore pizza. So, again, a lot of things that you eat that's good for you can be good for them. But before you give them some of your food, check online and make sure it's okay for them. But again, they love pizza. Potatoes are wonderful. Yams are wonderful for them too. Now that's just a good idea of some foods that you can give them. And I love it. I love giving them all of that. When they're in the wild, they eat a lot of stuff. By the way, they can be messy. And if you give them an apple, they might not eat that whole apple. So just give them slices. And they might not even eat all the slices. When they're in the wild, they go from one tree to another, taking bites here and bites there. So it seems wasteful. But that's the way they are in the wild. In the forest, the food drops to the ground. So the animals on the ground gets to eat all that stuff that the parrots don't eat. So, you know, in your home, just because they didn't grow up in a forest, they still have those tendencies. So they can be messy. And so give them small. Cut the apples up. Same thing with peaches and things. But you can give them a large peach, but beware that they're not going to eat the whole thing. They're going to take pieces out of it. And a lot of it will go to waste. By the way, another thing they love is bananas. Bananas are very good for them too. Okay, well those are some good ideas, I think, for food for you to think about for your parrot. I'm going to have other videos again on a lot of other topics concerning parrots. I hope I gave you some good ideas. Give me a thumbs up if you thought I did. And I subscribe to my channel. I try to download something every Monday. And I'm going to have a lot more on parrots because they're my favorite subject. Okay? Thanks for visiting. Come back again. Bye now.